21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. Well, who are you, the watchman? What'd they break into? Did you see the thieves? Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's missing?
You are in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
All right. I'll send the officers right over there. Yeah. Wait right at the gate there so you can show them where it is. Okay. Yeah.
21st Precinct, transcribed. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between 5th Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. I was working my day tour, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It was Sunday, and things were quiet in the precinct. During the last few weeks, we had received several complaints from various churches about boys playing in nearby streets in a boisterous manner and disturbing the services. I had given instructions at the turnout for the men on post and in sector cars to correct this situation by warning the boys to play more quietly or move their games to other locations. Later, during the course of patrol, I went to the vicinity of every church in the precinct to observe whether the conditions had been corrected. En route down 2nd Avenue, I saw sector car number 1, the sergeant's car, and the detective squad car of the 21st Squad parked outside the fence around a new construction project on which excavation had started about 2 weeks before. I instructed my operator to pull in. As I got out of the car and headed for a gate in the fence, I saw Sergeant Waters also walking toward the gate from a call box on the opposite corner. Sergeant?
Oh, Captain.
What have we got?
In here, Captain. Oh, watch your step. We've had a burglary in a tool shack down there.
Oh, that's a pretty deep hole they dug.
Yes, sir. And they've got to go still deeper.
Well, what have we got?
There was a call from the watchman. See that wooden shack way down there at the bottom?
Yeah?
That's what was broken into. It's interesting to me how they do this. They dig it all out except for this ramp for the trucks to get in and out. Then that steam shovel backs up here, digging up the ramp behind it.
Well, what was stolen, Sergeant?
It was a good haul.
What?
11 sticks of dynamite and 8 blasting caps.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. Watch your step here, Captain. These planks get kind of rough. Heavy trucks chew them up.
Where are the detectives?
Lieutenant King of Italia here, Captain.
Oh.
A watchman rang into the station house from a call box when he discovered the theft. Lieutenant Gorman notified the detectives.
Yeah.
I just spoke to Lieutenant Gorman again and told him what it looked like.
Where is it? That shack there?
Yes, sir. This is some hole, you know. And these engineers, they figure it out down to the fraction of an inch.
Yeah.
Even when they got to blast out all this rock, they shave it down to a hair. Oh, I guess they're all in the shack, Captain.
Yeah, I guess so.
You see, they hacked the lock right off the door. Everything was locked up. That's how they got in.
First noticed this when you got back?
That's right, Lieutenant, when I got back.
Hello, Matt.
Captain, Mr. Bernard Curley, the watchman on the job here.
The sergeant tells me they got 11 sticks of dynamite and 8 blasting caps.
Yes, sir, that's what they got.
This is Captain Kennelly, commanding officer of the precinct.
I'm pleased to meet you, Captain. I was in the job myself.
Oh, were you?
Yes, sir, I was in the old 12th precinct. I put my papers in 1944.
Curly, you say?
Yes, sir. I spell it Kerly.
Oh. Well, how do you know exactly that it was 11 sticks of dynamite and 8 blasting caps, Curly?
Well, we got to keep close track of these things around here, the explosives, you know.
Yeah.
Now, you see this inventory tacked up here? Right here on the wall? Well, that's company rules. When a fresh case is cracked open, every stick and every cap's got to be accounted for. It's scratched off the inventory as it's used. And a new case can't be brought in from the company office until the last case is entirely gone. So when they finished work here Friday night, they had 11 sticks and 8 caps left over. They were locked up in here.
Where?
Right here.
Loose on the shelf?
Well, the shack was locked.
Lock didn't do much good, did it?
I guess we'll have to get a new one.
What time do you think this happened?
I know what time it happened. It happened from between 11:45 and 1:15.
You left the premises at 1:15, down the street to a luncheonette.
Get sandwiches to bring back here.
Are you permitted to leave?
Well, company rules say we can take a half an hour off for lunch or dinner if we're working daytime. That is on Saturday, Sunday, or holidays. If we're working nights, we got to bring our meal with us. That's the rules of this company.
And you left here at 11:45.
Yes, sir.
The shack wasn't broken into then.
No, sir. I made my rounds immediately before I left. That's another rule. The shack wasn't disturbed.
You see anyone suspicious hanging around the premises this morning?
No, Lieutenant, I didn't see a soul.
And when did you discover the theft?
As soon as I came back, I get at the top of the ramp. You know, that's just where you came in up there.
Yeah.
And I could see down here that this door to the shack was standing wide open. I came on down. I thought whoever it was might still be inside here, but they were gone. Then I went up to the street and I walked over to the call box and rang into the station house. I talked to the desk officer there, Lieutenant Gorman. Lieutenant Gorman, yes, sir. Well, it wasn't a couple of minutes before the officers got here.
Did they use a lot of dynamite on this job here?
A lot of dynamite. We've been blasting for 10 days.
You saw no sign of these thieves at all when you were coming back?
No, sir, they were gone.
Did you take a look around, Matt? They might have been scared off by his coming back and hidden the stuff on the premises somewhere.
I doubt it.
They might have, Captain. Sergeant, Tally, Woods.
Yes, sir. Yes, son.
Split up into teams of 2. Make a thorough search around. Go over the power shovel, to all the equipment behind that lumber, every place.
Yes, sir.
Look and see if they dropped any of the stuff or left any physical evidence of their presence. Mr. Curley.
Yeah?
You go with the sergeant.
Okay. I ought to notify my boss, don't you think?
You can do that as soon as you get through.
Come on, Mr. Curley.
Yo, Matt. Come in over there.
Matt,
Come on over here.
Yes, Captain?
it didn't take much to get this lock off, did it?
No, sir. Not much. One good pull on whatever they used for a jimmy, and the screws came right out of the wood.
Yeah.
This shack is probably 30 years old. They move it around from job to job.
Come on inside a second, Matt.
Yes, sir.
That can cause a lot of trouble. 11 sticks of dynamite and 8 blasting caps.
You're telling me. But the boys that got it knew what they were after, I'm sure. They know how to handle it.
Safe burglars?
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like to me. They'll take it and boil it down to nitroglycerin and use it to shoot a safe someplace.
It's been a long time since I've heard of anyone using nitro to shoot a safe.
Yeah, I know. That ought to make it easier to spot them. As soon as we get back to the station house, I'll ring down to the safe and loft squad and tell them what we've got.
Burglars today rip a safe or cut it open, don't they?
Well, generally, yes, sir. But the safe and loft squad might know of some old-timer that's been released lately. You ought to be able to come up with something on this.
Matt, if they were safe burglars, why didn't they take this stuff? Here's a tank full of acetylene, oxygen, cutting torch. Well, this is all made to order for safe burglars. Why didn't they take it?
Captain, if a guy likes a rare steak, you just can't talk him into pork chops well done.
The theft of the dynamite and plastic caps from this construction job did, as Lieutenant King suggested, look like the work of safe burglars, although the use of nitroglycerin to blow up a safe is now infrequent. A thorough search of the entire site of the excavation by patrolmen and detectives revealed nothing. Meanwhile, I got a call from the 19th Precinct informing me that a patrolman had been slightly injured while disarming a youthful offender carrying a switchblade knife. The patrolman had been taken to Bellevue Hospital, and as senior officer on duty in the 6th Division, I was required to conduct an investigation of the occurrence. I went to Bellevue and got the details of the case from the officer who suffered a long gash on his right hand. I entered the results of my investigation in the blotter at the 19th precinct and then returned to the 21st, where Sergeant Leo F. Rosen was on telephone switchboard duty and Lieutenant Patrick Gorman was desk officer. I walked around behind the desk and signed the blotter.
Hello, Captain.
Sergeant. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Rosen.
Hello, Red.
Captain?
Well, what's doing?
Nice, quiet Sunday afternoon.
That's good.
How's that cop that was hurt?
Oh, not too bad. He's got a nasty cut on his right hand, straight across the palm.
Where he grabbed the open blade?
Yep. Doctor had to take 7 stitches in it.
It could be kind of rough, an injury to the hand like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's about 9 million nerves and tendons and bones and blood vessels come together in the hand. It'd be some job getting them all straightened out.
Well, he was able to move all his fingers okay. Doctor said that was a good sign.
Yeah, that is a good sign. You know, a doctor told me once that the hand is just about as complicated as any part of the body. You wouldn't figure that, would you, Captain?
Well, I can see where it would be. Well, I'll be in my office.
Yes, sir.
Oh, anything turn up on the theft of that dynamite?
No, sir, nothing yet. But there's Matt King. Maybe he's got a line by now.
Yeah, he may have. Matt?
Hello, Captain.
Anything on that dynamite theft?
No, sir, not yet.
You know, that's got me plenty worried.
Got me worried, too, Captain.
I'll tell you why.
King,
Excuse me, Captain. Yes, Sergeant.
the tally's ringing down for you. Wanted to catch it before you go out.
All right. You want to take it in my office, Matt?
Yeah, thanks. I'll take it in the captain's office, Sergeant.
Yes.
Tally is carrying the squeal on this. You might have something.
Go ahead. Help yourself.
21st Squad, Lieutenant King. Yeah, Pete. Yeah, what'd they say? Oh. Well, who was it you talked to? Who? Well, you ought to know. Yeah, all right, just keep at it. Tally spoke to one of the men down at the Safe and Loft Squad.
Yeah?
Tally says they know of no one around who's using nitro to blow a safe. Haven't had a case like that in a couple of years.
Have there been any penitentiary releases?
None they know of. We're checking into it. Well, it's kind of rough going, Captain.
You know what I think, Matt?
What?
I don't think it was safe burglars at all that broke into that shack. I think it was a bunch of kids.
I don't know, Captain. It was timed out just right. They knew when the watchman left. They knew when he got back. They got in, got the stuff, and got out. All in a half an hour.
Well, that may be so, Matt, but... Oh, excuse me. 21st Precinct, Captain Kennelly.
Lieutenant Gorman, Captain.
Yes, Red.
A call just came over the air, Captain. An explosion on a vacant lot over near York Avenue.
What kind of explosion?
The call didn't say, Captain, but there must be at least one person injured. It came over ambulance responding.
All right. Get a car to take me over there right away.
Yes, sir.
Well, Matt, I think we found the dynamite.
Yeah?
But I think we found it a little late.
You are listening to 21st Precinct, a factual account of the way police work in the world's largest city. Now back to 21st Precinct and Captain Kennelly.
While I waited for the car to come by the house for me, the first officer to arrive on the scene rang into the station house, reporting that the explosion in the vacant lot, the site of a recently wrecked tenement, was apparently caused by the detonation of blasting caps. An unidentified boy, who appeared to be between the ages of 12 and 15, had been injured by the blast. Within another 2 minutes, sector car number 2 arrived at the station house. I got into the car and was driven to the scene of the occurrence with siren wide open. As we pulled into the block, I could see that a fair-sized crowd had gathered on the sidewalk and were being kept back by 2 of the patrolmen already on the job. The ambulance had not yet arrived. All right, get on the job. Help keep those people back.
All right.
All right. Police officer. Coming through there.